After a few misses, we're seeing the New Orleans Pelicans finally becoming a dominant team again. With Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, and CJ McCollum on the squad, we're really seeing the potential lately. So one has to wonder, can the Pelicans win the 2023 NBA Finals? In today's video, we'll be looking at the hottest takes from the first week of the season and why the Pelicans can or can't win. So don't go anywhere. First up, the Pelicans have a big question mark on them right now. So let's look at the team we're getting after the Anthony Davis deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. Willie Green's team is making everything stick together. Zion Williamson can bully anyone to the rim, Ingram is maturing as an athlete, and CJ McCollum's still a bucket. But here's the catch. The Big Three's health is a major concern for this team. Can they play 70 games together? Can fans rely on the three players to be healthy and at the top of their game when the chips are down and games become must-win? After all, Ingram was in the NBA's concussion protocol 3 games into the season, while Zion was dealing with a hamstring ailment. Next, let's talk about some of the hottest takes we've heard yet. Starting off, Herb Jones makes it to the all-defense first team. So we talked about the Big Three too, and we know they get all the hype and fame, right? Even the credits most days. But here's the thing, Herb Jones really is the glue that holds the team together, and no one can deny that he was overlooked for the all-defense second team in his rookie season. It looks like he's finally made the splash that he wanted. It's no joke that Willie Green's fortunate to have Jones because he takes some of the stress off Ingram's back. It's not easy dealing with the best opposing player while carrying a significant offensive load. Jones, listed at 6'8" with a wiry, improving 210-pound physique and a 7-foot wingspan, can guard both tall forwards like Kevin Durant and shifty ball-dominant guards like Chris Paul. As the Pelicans gain popularity and fans, Herb Jones will become renowned as one of the worst nightmares to play against and will be named to the all-defense first team at the end of the season. Up next, Zion tiptoes the line between good and great. Don't get us wrong, there's no doubt that Williamson will be an all-star this season. He'll easily dominate most games and be a matchup nightmare for any opponent, averaging approximately 25 points and 8 rebounds each game. He'll be really, really good, but we think that he may not really deliver on his max potential. That may sound insane considering Zion's on the verge of becoming a top 10 player, a list he should already be on. Willie Green specialized in drawing plays to get Williamson to his preferred left hand, where he feels most at ease and performs best. And of course, opponents will continue to fall back to the rim and challenge those rim attempts as much as they can. The Pelicans star will make them pay, whether it's at the free throw line or not, but he needs to feel comfortable enough to take that open 12-footer that teams will happily give to the star. That's not to imply he should always take the short jumper or floater rather than finishing near the rim, but in order to protect his body and absorb fewer knocks, Zion must figure out how to consistently hit that perfect shot. To put it in simple terms, if he learns how to keep the other team guessing, well then that's exactly what will push him over the line from really good to absolutely GOAT material. Moving on, the Pelicans are one of the top 4 seeds. Okay, this is another hot take, that if Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram stay healthy throughout the season, and that's a big if, the Pelicans might have a home court advantage in the playoffs. We know that the Golden State Warriors are expected to capture one of those spots, but the other 3 are up for grabs. There's some tough competition though, with the Memphis Grizzlies, Los Angeles Clippers, and Phoenix Suns all expected to compete. Out of those teams, the Pelicans have the most credible Big Three, all capable of taking over a game at any time. This squad has depth, allowing Willie Green to use an 11-man rotation to limit Zion and Ingram's minutes. So we really think they have the potential to crack the top 4, but then again, it's pretty conditional. They just need to be healthy and keep their performance high. Is that too much to ask? Coming up, can a healthy Big Three win the Pelicans the 23 NBA Finals? Safe to say, the hype for the new version of the New Orleans Pelicans is at an all-time high. So, can the Pelicans make the run to the NBA Finals with a healthy Zion Williamson, star Ingram, offensive whiz CJ, and players like Herb Jones and Trey Murphy? We've just talked about how vital these stars are to the team, so could they bring the Pelicans to the finishing line? To answer just that, let's look towards Caesars Sportsbook. They weighed in on their prospects along with the other 29 NBA clubs on May 30th, shortly after the 2022 NBA Finals were set. The Pelicans currently have 6,000 or 60-1 chances to win it all next year, tying them for 14th best odds. Then there are the Golden State Warriors, who have the greatest chances to win it all at 400. The Brooklyn Nets, 600. Boston Celtics, 600. Milwaukee Bucks, 750. And Phoenix Suns, 750, are all close behind them. The Los Angeles Clippers, the team the Pelicans defeated in the play-in game to claim the number 8 seed this year have 850 odds to win the title. You might be wondering why the odds for Los Angeles are so great. Well, that's basically the hope that star Kawhi Leonard will return healthy and play with Paul George at his pre-injury level. And now that he's returned, it makes much more sense why. Now let's look at why the Pelicans won't win. Now we've talked quite a bit about what can help the team push themselves into the finals, but there's a problem. Even with the new and improved roster under Coach Willie Green, we wouldn't get our hopes high just yet. The Pelicans might still be a couple of years away from genuinely contending for an NBA championship. A major reason why is injuries, if you couldn't guess yet. After all, Zion Williamson has missed a lot of games in his early NBA career, and his playing style is very prone to injury. So the organization has to deal with that tough situation, especially considering that the 22-year-old has to play at least 65 games every season. And that's not all. The transition from playing with a healthy Zion to playing with an injured one will have a massive impact on the club. And while the power forward's health is a constant source of concern, forward Brandon Ingram's another player who's prone to missing multiple games each season. Still, even though he gets injuries, his playing style is much less risky than Williamson's. When both players aren't 100% at the end of the season, New Orleans will have a difficult time competing in the NBA playoffs. Coming up, there are way too few ball handlers. When the Pelicans found their stride last season, Green chose to start CJ McCollum at the 1, and it worked wonders for the club. Jose Alvarado and Dyson Daniels will come off the bench, but it won't be enough to contend with the likes of the Golden State Warriors or Phoenix Suns. It's no joke that these teams have several ball handlers who can help steady the people on the court and keep their teammates level-headed in high-pressure situations. And hey, CJ McCollum is a great backup ball handler, but having Chris Paul, Stephen Curry, or Luka Doncic on your team changes everything. And that's not all. The two other primary ball handlers on the roster lack the postseason experience and maturity. Finally, they don't have a lot of experience for moments like these. When it comes to the deep stage of the playoffs, a team that's primed to win it all will need to improve their game to a whole new level. Even though players like Ingram and Williamson are stars in the league, true superstars emerge when they can regularly contribute at a high level in the finals. And we hate to say it, but these stars haven't yet shown the world that they can go head-to-head with the likes of the Warriors or Suns. You'll remember that during their playoff run last season, the Pelicans struggled when Phoenix would slow the game down and execute their sets at their own pace. So, New Orleans will ultimately receive the exposure they need, but the 2022-23 season is just a little too early to think about winning the finals. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think the Pelicans have what it takes to win? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.